rotating into the zone, third partying, being a nice little edge guard, and gatekeeping those who try to play for positioning. But the big takeaway is that it's still close. And no matter what happens till the end of the day, if you're playing as close as you can within like the first 4 or 5 games, you're going to have a real good chance because we extended the tournament by 2 extra matches. So I don't expect that number to really come into the discussion until around game 6. But so far, this is a big game 3 for the House Lions. This is a big opportunity for them to make up some of those points and get back into the swing.
Got your week 1 winners, your week 2 leaders on your screen. Biffle leading at 62.2 points. They jump all the way from, I want to say, second place. Yeah, 24 points all the way to 62 after a phenomenal game number 2 with 25 total kills. You add in the 1.8 multiplier, and they take a 20-point lead over TBE, who was only able to get 6 points from that game number 2. So inconsistent maybe? Well, who knows? Game number 3 is going to tell us a lot. We still have 6 more games to go, including this one. But for Biffle & Co., you can tell they love to get right into the thick of it. They land into the city. They are right onto the rooftop, and they are on the hunt.
And it feels like with this group, that no matter where they are, no matter how they start a game, they can put 20, 25 elims on the board pretty easily. So with that in the back of their minds, I do wonder if they change up any playstyles today, if they just try to hit that 25 benchmark consistently and get to late game, they're going to have a very successful second day of this tournament. But it really comes down to what change-ups we see into games 2, 3, and 4. I don't think they're going to stray away from what works. If they're able to put 18, 20 kills on the board every single game, that might be enough for this team to win it all.
We're going to have a loadout just on them, so that's going to be great. And to get kitted up very early, you see them going to the rooftop as quickly as they can. And also, with that ping, that UAV they were able to get, there is going to be a player just up ahead. Loadout drops in. Biffle's got it. He just became that much more deadly. The rest of his crew is obviously going to get it for themselves. They've got the pings and all the information they need. And curiously, they're going to be rotating out, and I believe to the buy station, so they maybe can, bunch their money together and go ahead and get another UAV. But already into another fight is going to be King, Zyro, Louis CM. Let's see if they can do it.
Oh, great shots as well. He'll down another, looking for the second. Beautiful reaction and anticipation through the doorway, just to switch to the Lockman in time and recognize the push might be coming. What a way to start the opening of this game 3 with 3 eliminations.
3 eliminations, not bad, like you said. A ton of money as well. That literally goes all the way to Louis CM. You got some generous friends, man. He goes from like $3,000 all the way up to 21K, and a buy station is ahead. And now the question is anybody going to be camping that buy station? It's still very early on, but I would expect to run into at least one trio once you start working your way up there.
Yeah.
And King AJ is going to mark the rooftop, so I think they are going to have someone who's going to be just up ahead. A loadout drop will be dropping on them. King AJ will fire a couple of shots, and he's going up where I thought there was going to be a player, but maybe Louis was just marking that for King, saying, hey, get up there and take the high ground.
And you wonder about the split now, too, because if shots continue to ring at range, you're kind of isolating the attention away from your teammates, so Louis can start to move in and potentially make a play. Never mind, he goes down. All right, so things quickly collapse. What looked like an opportunity for success in and around the buy station quickly dissolves into absolute chaos. Only 4 plates in the bag. You can hear the calls. They're pushing, and here come the streaks to zone. One more fly, and that's all that's going to happen for this trio. My goodness, what a push.
And I believe only one stays alive. Louis CM was trying to stay up as long as he could. I don't see us go from 20 to 19, so I believe King was able to get back into play, but that got dicey super quick. But look, Resurgence, they're already back into it. Landing onto the loadout, this is great. Now you're going to have Louis, who's going to be able to get kitted up. He's already been spotted, but he knew that was going to happen. Smoke's going to be out. He's going to try and disengage. Louis CM could be a big playmaker here.
I think this actually might be a distraction, too. Usually when you smoke, you expect somebody to rotate out of it. I think he's just doing it to bait the attention away and then stay up top and let everybody else get comfortable, and he can start to put shots out, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work, and he will fall regardless. Though the loadout is still called out, so you have an opportunity now to, again, scout from the skies, as we'll see time and time again, as Alman will pick up 1, potentially 2. Alman just might have wiped a squad. Well, at least this trio we were wondering about after game 1, they've shown up.
Right.
Yeah, he's going for the loading. Going for the loading now. Going for the loading now.
They're going for the loadout drop. He knows it. Good shot. It's going to break some shields. Simtex up.
I didn't get the full fuck.
And this is where we really get to see Allman kind of flex his aggression, because we know he can be such an aggressive player, such as Tommy as well. And the way that they're split, you see it on the minimap space. They kind of can pincer in this player on the rooftop. They could really do a hurting on this trio that they're hunting, which currently I believe they are hunting, or Tommy is being hunted, which for them, they actually welcome that, because that brings a trio in. For anybody else, they probably would be scared to death.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. If anybody on this trio is going to get hunted, let it be Tommy, the roamers on the outside, and Allman and Noobs. This is what you want. Tommy's more than capable of playing the one-on-ones from his entire professional career. The dude was so good at it. What's even more interesting, again, is how those comms start to change, how quickly the communication picks up. And the only person to do it is Tommy. Speaking of, let's jump into a listening with the trio.
They all just jumped across the main roof now that I landed on before, Ben, okay?
Okay.
Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
They're just jumping around up there and shit. Wait, what the fuck?
He's right here, running through the front, weak.
They're fighting in there. They're fighting in there.
Head. In a decent spot. Keep on the roof to your left, Ben. Watch out. Behind you. He's gonna be looking at. They're laying down. No, I'm gonna die.
They can't see me. I'm good.
No, this roof here, Ben. This roof.
Yeah, they can't see me. I'm good.
Okay.
They're running towards me. Hold up. Wait. Where?
I'm opening up crates for him real quick.
Okay.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the...
Okay.
I think you just go for loady, Ben. I won't hit it.
Yeah. Okay.
You have reinforced...
Over here with you, Tom.
Yeah, just climb up if you want on the roof I was on.
Yep. Come on.
You can just look around left to right and shit, try and look over Ben and help him.
Interesting from this group,
See
and
what you
Tommy
get
kind
shot
of
from,
leading the
Ben.
charge, but
I don't really play
I guess they were just so locked in the gunfights. It just, you didn't get exactly what you expected, but that's what you get with this trio.
You know, exactly. That's what you get. They're seasoned. You know, TBE's been competing in Warzone tournaments, you know, literally since the very start. This is, you know, everything is clinical to them. They understand competitive, and they are so locked and dialed into one another. They don't really have to say much in order to get the point across. And some of the best teams, you know, whether it be traditional sports or even in esports, that's what makes them so good, is when they understand each other to a T. And by the way, I want to say, Tommy, at least something popped up. He was on a 5-kill streak. We know Allman has 3, so that's at least 8. This could be another great game coming out from them. I mean, they're on fire at the moment.
FIFA kill goes down, so 2 games in a row. FIFA kill caught, trying to move in. Whether it was to take gunfight or to get away from one.
Right here, on this roof,
Okay.
And again, just kind of picking players apart one by one. This trio has stayed alive what seems like far longer than they should have, but that's the consistency and the confidence, the poise that this trio has. How good they are together. Don't have to say much to know exactly what's going on, but we switch back over to DJ Moss, as for the moment working through the rooftops, has a nade that will connect with nothing, but information still around and available.
As he pushes, yes, he does. I like it. It's a bold push, though. Even though Claymores have been usable, I haven't seen a single one. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed, but I'm sure we're going to get one eventually. But DJ Moss, does he push into the window? High alert goes off, probably from the player, or one of the players in the air, if I had to assume. And he does spot at least once. There's where the high alert. Does he get stuck? No, he doesn't. Nearly, though, getting stuck. That would have been absolutely devastating. I think he does have his teammate to the right on the rooftop. And finally, as the down comes in, he feels confident to go ahead and push in. Now he's got to clear these stairways.
Couple shots. Nice challenge, too, to catch him on the off timing, rotating up into the play. It's a tough gunfight to win, but if you know how to take it, you're probably going to win on the swing. Seen that a couple of times in our last tournament. Pings continue. E-baits. And everybody know where that last player will be. Super Evan with only 1 elimination. Very rare to see that from this player. Still plenty of time here in Game 3, but surprising.
So Resurgence is already done, or excuse me, I thought Resurgence is ending in just about a minute and 15 seconds. So we have a little bit more time to get aggressive. You mentioned Super Evan being on one. It is a bit uncharacteristic, but you know, Swagg's roster, last week had had Blast, excuse me, filling in for him, and I thought they did decently well, but they didn't have the performance a lot of fans were expecting them to have. And honestly, over the past 2 games now, as we enter the third, they're not as star-studded as I was expecting. So I really do hope at a certain point that they start to pick it up. And with Z-Colors taking down Junior, that's a great elimination. So even though we see Super Evan only at 1, maybe Z-Colors and Swagg have a couple more to their name.
Yeah, and maybe it just gets, into a rhythm. Maybe that's what it takes for this trio. They just need to find a way to get in a groove. If that is the case, now's the time to do it. Into game 3, dipping into the water, and you hear him say, we're good. We can breathe for the moment, but Z-Colors will fall. So you're going to have to pick up that breath just a second, because now comes the crucial part of this game 3, with zone locking behind you and team starting to dwindle. You got 11 seconds until you're back to full strength. Gorgo Knight will drop for Z-Colors and Super Evan. Now is their time to make a move into placements.
So gets revived, saves to self-revive. That's a smart play. He'll have that. He might actually drop in just a bit. He doesn't. He stays up. Good on him. So now you have the trio still alive. They played game number 2, this roster on Rational Scum and Gorgo. They played the end zone so beautifully, which makes me excited to see how this end zone is going to play out now as we're down to 16 trios. Now respawns are going to be disabled, and Gorgo is on the hunt. Gets one down, gets the full finish, pushed up close, shots in. He's going to get the full finish there too. And Irrational, a big help in that moment. The self-revive is going to come in, so good job. Trio stays up despite them being in some tense circumstances.
Yeah, and they get the ping from the UAV as well. So again, it's just extra information. Here goes an airstrike just to help clean up the scraps if anything is around. Ping will be in. They know where at least one player is. You can use the cover here. Secure your placement into the late zone. 15 squads still alive. Do not underestimate the power of this trio.
That's right. Do not. You can't. There is going to be a bounty on the screen, so they at least know where one trio is going to be. Even if they don't push that, they have some understanding for the next 30 seconds where Empathy & Co. is going to be. So that's honestly a trio you probably want to keep distance with, and you want to kind of prey on maybe some of the trios who are a little bit further down the leaderboard. Although, being Warzone, you really don't know who you're going to run into. You just got to deal with everybody equally. But regardless, though, this could be another strong ending for them. Scummin is on the hunt, clearing these buildings. So risky. Very scary, but finds one good shot, gets the finish. He doesn't even have to drop down, which means having this high point is going to be great to finish off the rest of Attract's team.
Yep. Or Attract falls. I'm assuming Smixy and company are close away or close around. Somewhere in the vicinity. So expect another gunfight to ensue. Revive from Belk. That helps. Destroying Zlaner, who have been, feels like a duo since the inception of Verdansk. I love the comms out of this group. Just saying, all right, everybody played up. We need to be fully kitted before we make this push. We know how important this game 3 is and how important this last zone could be.
I love Destroy. He's such a passionate player, an aggressive player across multiple BRs, transitioning to Warzone. He's found great success. He's just one of those guys that is just so naturally good at any game that he touches, specifically BRs. And Warzone is really his, second calling, if you will. And I expect a lot from him. They were top 10 after game number 1. And then in game number 2, I think they were able to, or should be dropped down just a little bit more. So this could be a game that they absolutely need to get back into top 10 if they can. Sage's going to come back in. Shifty is able to do so. Trio will be alive once again. Plenty of loot to choose from. We're almost down to our top 10. Who's going to be the next squad to go?
And Sage was really helping with Biffle's elimination count in the last tournament. 32 overall to end the first day. I mean, this is a team that just puts numbers on the board consistently. You're going to have to shut down everybody, not just one, in order to get the pounce on them.
Wait, can I put Bounce and Betty's on? Yeah.
We're thinking about the Bounce and Betty investment. Don't hate it. Somebody just do the Claymore. Somebody just one time. Do it for the one time. But we find ourselves at the final 10 teams. Now time to make a move.
Incredible.
Huge comms.
huge comms. I mean, Zlaner giving some AR, I believe, to destroy, and then beaming 2 players right after. I mean, the fact that they can do that so quickly is just mind-boggling to me because I'm so slow with it. But then again, I'm 31. I'm a boomer. What are you going to do? A very strong finish already. A strong game from Zlaner, Destroy, and Clutch Belt. They're now top 7, and they are looking for more. And more importantly, they are the ones closest to the moving zone. Everybody's going to be pushing into them.
And they're on a heady, too. Like, they can play with their food here, and those comms are just ridiculous from this trio. But, uh-oh, the flash is not going to help. Neither will the nade. Being zoned out of your own spot's very difficult, but luckily for them, like you just mentioned, like, they have the zone. They can work through this, but they also have to worry about no cover from the back, and that's where you have to peel off a player from this play and use them as a kind of lead blocker. Get them in front with their shots and try to keep players at bay. Taking damage from the zone, but great positioning here from Zlaner.
Wonderful. They've got that head glitch, as you said, from one end to the other. They can dip down below if they so decide. I'm expecting at least one player to be in the line of sight of Zlaner very shortly, but High Alert's going to pop off. He looks towards the air. Where's this guy at? Zlaner trusting in his teammates to cover his back. They're staying together to get their trades. Team fire, but Destroy breaks the mold, pushes up. He gets dropped. Zlaner trying to rescue his teammate. Does he go for the revive? This is so risky. Does he stick it? He does. I can't believe it. And it pays off. Now he's up close and personal, but he drops himself. Was the payoff worth it? Destroy tries to get the down. He can't. That's 2 gone. Clutch Belt last alive.
He tried to play the bait, and it was nicely approached, but it just came down to one-off timing. They couldn't hit the swing, and with that, Unrational will drop back down to the earth, and here we go into the final potential. Last zone, the ditch effort for these last trios as more shots ring through the smoke, but it's all chaotic for the moment. The only one alive, it's Unrational, picks up what, 2, 3, regardless, 70 limbs to his name, and he will drop in the water in 4th place. And you just wait for the scouts in the skies to be the last UAVs to drop.
Said last UAVs. 3 trios remaining. We see Sage in the water. Pistol in hand. That's an elimination. Good on him. Now, more to go for. Now it's going to be Breadman. Where's Joewo and co? You know they've got to be around here. He'll take a little bit of damage. Eventually, he has to surface. And when he does, will he be safe? Well, the smoke is going to save him. We go to the opposite perspective. It's Clutch Belt. Clutch Belt and Zlaner. They managed to stay up, and now they got the last remaining player in the water. And they're going for the win here. A huge game from Destroy, Zlaner, and Clutch Belt as they get the victory. 15 eliminations. And they were outside that top 10, and now who knows where they're going to be.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at the end of the day how many elims you have. As long as you got like above 6 and you're getting 1st place, you're good. All you wanted was production from every single member. You get 5 from everybody, all in the trio. 15 combining. Zlaner and company 15 in the end for that Game 3 victory. A big 1-2. They go down in very dire situations. They're able to pull it back. They work through the chaos. And for all 3 games, 3 different winners. But the important thing is that you're finishing out your games with a victory royale. They get the 1st place finish. 15 elims, not bad at all. And that multiplier will certainly help.
Multiplier is going to help, right? That 1.8x.
Yeah.
Space, such